All right, we're at my favorite part, which is the cooking. Before I start cooking, I just want to show you the Salad Master machine. This is going to really help with the food preparation. It comes with all different cutting cones. We have graters and slicers and wafflers, and I'm going to be using them all. But I want to introduce you to my favorite piece. I love this piece. This is our electric skillet. And on the inside of the skillet, there's a layer of oil built in between the sheets of metal. Now what this does is it just creates the perfect conduction that I can actually fry foods in here without any oil. Now also, I love this piece in the summertime. And I just love this piece because I think it's a great one because I don't have to heat up my whole kitchen when I'm cooking. Anything I do in the oven, I do in here. And some of the dishes, I love making a lasagna in here. I make cookies, I bake a cake, roasted vegetables. In fact, I even make popcorn in here without any oil. Sprinkle in the kernels, put the lid on, and the popcorn pops up beautiful. Now this one is electric. There's a digital probe, and it has two settings here. I have my temperature, I can control that, and also a timer. So this is great. I can put all the food in, set the timer, go when I get home from work, and shortly after the food's done. Now you can totally submerge this one in water, and you can also stick it in the dishwasher. It also has a rice setting on it, so I can use this as a rice cooker. I hit rice 1 or 2, it brings the rice up to a beautiful temperature and then drops it for you. And you're not going to believe how amazing the rice tastes because we're keeping more nutrition. I don't know, it just has a nuttier, nicer flavor. Now the first thing I'm going to do with my enchiladas is I'm going to start with cone number 3. And I'm going to use a chayote squash. Now a chayote squash is used often in Spanish cooking. Generally, you know, they're slicing it and they're frying it. Looks like a pear. It's a great squash. It has kind of a pungent lemon flavor. And I'm just going to use that with my Salad Master machine and chop that up. And it has a seed on the inside. It's a small seed, something that actually can be used and chopped up with the Salad Master machine. All right, so now that's the first thing that goes in the dish in the bottom of our electric skillet. And I'm just going to distribute that evenly in the bottom of the pan. The next thing I want to do is I want to take an onion. Now if you'll notice, I've just cut the onion in half. I haven't peeled my onion. We have a special trick here with our Salad Master machine. I'm just going to cut the onion without peeling my onion. So that's the next thing that's going in the skillet. I'm just going to sprinkle that on top of our chayote squash. Now I always think it's a great idea when you're in the grocery store, any food that you haven't tried, try it. I always encourage people to try something new, taste it, see what it tastes like. You know, it's important for us to get a variety of vegetables in our diet. Now the next thing is I have an enchilada sauce. This is called Hatch enchilada sauce. And it's chilies from Hatch, New Mexico. And this one is tomato based. I'm going to put a layer of that in the bottom of the skillet. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to add tortillas. Now the nice thing about this particular dish is I'm not making the individual rolled tortillas. You know, generally you have to cook those in oil to make them soften. This is great because I'm just going to layer it in and it's going to be the whole enchilada here. So I'm using sprouted corn tortillas, and sprouted corn tortillas we're actually going to keep and get more nutrition out of the grain if it's sprouted. So, and you can find these sprouted corn tortillas just in, you know, health food stores, Whole Foods. There's a lot of different stores. It's called Food for Life. And I'm just going to layer this in so it covers the surface of the pan. And each time I put a layer of tortilla, I want to put a layer of sauce. This helps soften the tortilla. And now we're going to do our next layer. And basically we're just kind of layering this like we would a lasagna. Okay, so the next layer I'm going to do a layer of black beans. And these are organic black beans. Now one great thing about our cooking system is it's going to cook your legumes and your beans faster, just like if it were in a pressure cooker. Generally, I soak my beans overnight and then I put them in our 7-quart roaster, and it gets a nice tender bean. And beans actually are a great source of vitamin E, antioxidant. And so we've got a layer of that. Now I'm going to do a layer of green chilies. And you could use, you know, hot peppers if you like a spicy bite. These are just mild green chilies. So we're going to do a layer of that. Now it's time for another layer of tortillas. And so again, I'm just putting another layer, and I'm going to kind of fold these in half so it covers the full surface here. And one more tortilla. All right. Now what I'm going to use is I'm using a soy-based meat substitute. The great thing about these particular things is, of course, they're low in saturated fat. And in a dish like this, you know, most people can't tell the difference. Of course, I like the taste of it. It has a great flavor. And so we're going to do a layer of that. And the great thing about, you know, choosing, you know, a plant-based diet is, you know, we're going to have that amount of fat, and also it's a healthier choice. I'm going to do a little more sauce. All right, another layer of tortilla for the top. And the neat thing about this is it's so easy. You know, you get home from work, this is something easy to put together, and of course it's going to taste incredible. And enchilada sauce that I'm using, this one is just a medium because I like a little spice, but you could use a mild. See, there we go on the top. All right, now what I'm going to use is a soy-based cheese here. This particular brand, it's called Follow Your Heart, which is one of my favorite brands to use. And I'm going to use the fine grade, and you'll see how beautiful that is with the cheese, how nice it is, how easy. This has built-in ball bearings, so it's very simple to use, and I particularly love this. I have all those kitchen gadgets. This one is just so easy to clean. All right, so I'm going to do a layer of the cheese on top and just spread that around. And right before we serve, when it's nice and warm, I'm just going to add a layer of cilantro. All right, so here we have our cheese. Now the cooking time on our enchiladas, you're going to be amazed. It's only going to take 18 minutes. All right, so we'll be back because this is going to be cooking. All right, so here is our enchiladas. That's beautiful. Now all it needs is a little cilantro. And just remember that was 18 minutes cooking time. Delicious.